The truth about fluoride in water, chat. Let's go.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
You know, it's an interesting subject because candy and sugar is really what caused all this horrible tooth decay in people. And the goofy fucking solution that someone came up with along the way was putting fluoride in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Jinx, you owe me a soda. Oh, now I got cavities. Where's the fluoride?
Which is so goddamned insane that you're taking a neurotoxin and you're putting it in the water. But again, like I don't want to take even a political position on this. I just want to look at this. I want to look at this from a human lens. There is something.
Wait, since when has fluoride become like political? Is there like democratic fluoride or like anti-fluoride? If you're like Republican, you're anti-fluoride. I need to know these things.
That people do, where even if something is obviously stupid, if it's a part of a system and there's enough air quotes experts that have endorsed this, regardless of the fact that we've seen time and
Healthcare system, judicial system, our food system, our education system.
time again throughout history that experts are compromised, you could have a court case for a murder and bring in experts that will tell you he definitely did it, and
What I say, our judicial system, and now he's using a crime as an example. Chat, I'm Joe Rogan.
experts to tell you he definitely didn't do it. So we know this for a fact. But still, people will argue on the side of the experts. And I've seen this about fluoride, and it's so mind-boggling. There are conclusive studies that show a direct correlation between high levels of fluoride in the local water and lower IQs. And
That's why you don't drink your tap water. If you brush your teeth, don't swallow that water. If you brush your teeth, you should be using fluoride-free water. Because this is true. If you guys don't know this, fluoride literally blocks parts of your brain from connecting together. And it literally makes you dumber.
and it's a neurotoxin. We know it's bad for you in large doses, and yet there are
It's a neurotoxin. There's neurotropics, which are good for your brain. Neuro, meaning brain. Toxins, meaning bad. That's fluoride. And it's in all of our water right now.
fucking people out there with college degrees who read the New York Times, who think they're sensible people, that will get angry if you want to remove this neurotoxin from water, because look at all the strides it's done in preventing tooth decay. Yeah,
And how many other ways are there to prevent tooth decay? Like, so many other ways to prevent tooth decay. One being, don't eat as much sugar, or sugar at all, right? And your teeth probably won't decay if you brush your teeth regularly with non-fluoride water. I mean, non-fluoride toothpaste.
and you just want to say, hey man, f*** you.
Well,
This
so-
is
That's what I'm saying. Hey, man, fuck you.
stupid.
I went to dinner at Mitch's house. I call him.
I'm a little
Maverick.
upset. I got a little
No,
upset.
no, it's okay because
crazy.
The other guy's Adam Curry, by the way.
we're sitting down. It's my wife, his wife. You know, he has one of those houses right on the airport where this plane rolls out of the garage, out of the hangar.
Oh, he's out of touch.
Exactly. I paid for that. I'm like, I paid for that hangar. And we're sitting down and we're having a good time. We're talking about stuff. He says, so what do you think about fluoride? I said, should not be in the water. He's like, you're wrong. You know what? And this is only a couple of years ago. And now he's come back and he said, oh man, this
Did he apologize?
Yeah, of course. This was drilled into my head. Like,
See?
Yeah.
And that's what more people need. More people need to be able to be open-minded to where they could, inform themselves about the truth rather than close off anything that they don't agree with. So then they can come to better conclusions and understanding about things. And, you're not always right about everything. You know what I mean? So always keep an open mind about everything. Even if you believe it's one thing, just look at the other stuff, because you might either be wrong or you might learn something new,
But what I understand is fluoride is a byproduct of aluminum production. And a lot of this, they had this fluoride waste product, basically, they needed to get rid of. And from what I understand, it was Alcoa, I could be wrong, but I think it was Alcoa who made these deals. And who knows how they set that up with the American Dental Association, and that's how fluoride got into our water, and we got this kind of psyop of it's good for you.
Big pharma, dude. Big dentists, big pharma. It's always something big. It's always somebody with a lot of money that can persuade other people to give you misinformation. Just like the whole sugar thing in the early 1900s. Scientists literally got paid by the big sugar companies to tell everybody that sugar was not causing cancer and it was actually meat. Or sugar's not causing these, diseases, heart diseases, all these kind of things that sugar was doing. They got paid off to say that it's actually not. It's actually saturated fats and red meats and shit like that.
I knew it was wrong in 2000. In 2000, and there was a book that came out called Legacy of Ashes. It was written by a guy called Tim Weiner, who used to be New York Times. And it was all about the CIA. And it's a great book because my uncle is in it many times. Donald Gregg, he's still with us. He's 95 or 96. And he was really high up in the CIA. He was, part of OSS back in the day. And in it, it talks about how the agents would go in, fluoridate the enemy's camp water so they could go in at night and they were docile and they could pull them out and they could kind of attack them. And I said, Uncle Don, is this true? He says, yeah, pretty much how I remember it. I'm like, well, of course. So the neurotoxin has been used in actual warfare in the water.
To make people docile.
Yeah, docile and...
And the argument is so dumb.
That's actually insane. I never knew that. Like using it as chemical warfare. Like, oh my God. That's actually smart. Like being back in the day and going, let's put this fluoride in their drinking water and let's just wait for them to get dumb to where we could just whoop their ass. That's hilarious. I'm going to poison my next opponent in MMA with fluoride. I'm going to hire a spy, and he's going to poison their water with fluoride.
Dumb. Because, my friend Eddie Bravo had a great point. He said, when you get toothpaste, do you ever see toothpaste that says fluoride free? Why would they say that and advertise it?
Tom's.
If fluoride wasn't bad for you? Why would they do that? Like, why would that be a selling point?
Mm-hmm. Tom's of Maine, Hello, Burt's Bees, right? So many fluoride-free options you could get. And yeah, exactly. Why would it have fluoride-free on the box if it was bad for business and if it wasn't true? Like, if it didn't do anything good for your teeth, they wouldn't advertise it as fluoride-free. They would never advertise that at all. But it's good for your teeth, and it's fluoride-free. So you don't need fluoride.
Mm-hmm. If we've always looked for fluoride in toothpaste, my whole life, Crest, fluoride, got it. When you're going through the CVS and you're grabbing stuff and throwing it in your bag, it's always fluoride. You're always looking for fluoride.
And that's why you can't swallow toothpaste. Did y'all know that? Like when you see the toothpaste, it says don't swallow. It's because there's a neurotoxin in it that would harm you, which is fluoride.
Kills the fucking germ. I don't want cavities. I don't have to go to the dentist. Yeah. Give me that fluoride. But they're selling toothpaste without fluoride. Why is that? And the guy who was saying it to had this look on his face, he was trapped. He was just trapped. Like, so you don't think fluoride is good for you? It's like one of those things. Like, that's just what he just said. No, just brush your fucking teeth. Yeah. It's really that simple.
As a kid, did you get those?
It's literally that simple. Brush your teeth twice a day, floss, and less sugar consumption, and you'll have your teeth forever.
Trays at the dentist. Do you remember those?
What are the trays?
It was, and so it would be that. So we're going to do fluoride treatment on you.
Oh yeah, they did that.
And it was like it's fruity.
Dude, that was my favorite part of the dentist. I didn't even know that it was like fluoride foam, but that was my favorite part because it tasted so good. That foam they put all on your teeth when you're like literally done. That's the last thing they do. That's the best thing fluoride's ever done for me.
And this gunk will be dripping back in your throat. Yeah, you're gagging with this horrible. It's like that's not.
And you go to school,
Hawaiian
you
punch.
get a D in English because you're fucking stupid.
Pretty much the story of my life, Joe.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's really.
Or you just don't brush your teeth at all and avoid water with fluoride in it, and you're good. That's a possibility, and you won't be dumb at all. You'll actually be smarter. So then maybe you could figure out a way to actually keep your teeth healthy, because then you'll be smarter.
Really bad for you, and it's not necessary, and we're being co-opted by something and someone. And I think we looked this up on the podcast, Jamie. Didn't it come out of, there was some town in Texas, I believe, that had naturally fluoridated water, which occasionally, just
we have it in
happens
the hill
higher.
country. The water is definitely naturally fluoridated.
Yeah,
It's in the
there's
ground.
natural levels.
Well, then there's no way around that. You just have to just not consume that. Don't swallow it.
Of different minerals, and
Yeah.
there's
I wonder if that should like if you're showering in fluoridated water, if that'll like fuck you up, because you're getting water straight onto your head. Your skin pretty much soaks up some water, right? It should.
different stuff that in this one area had a fairly high natural level of fluoride, and these people had like great oral hygiene. Whether or not that was a convenient study that they pointed to, or a convenient case they pointed to make the argument to get rid of all that fluoride, there's like, you got to look many layers into all this kind of stuff, because they've been throwing fluoride in the water for how long, and how much money has been spent throwing fluoride in the water?
Like, they literally have to buy fluoride and put it in the water. They're literally doing it on purpose, y'all. Like, literally. They buy thousands and thousands and thousands of tons of fluoride, dump it into the waters. That's what they do.
Water, and how many people have like built mansions and have fucking
Yeah.
Mercedes-Benz they're tooling around them because they've been throwing fluoride in the water, and that's a deep system to try to untangle after.
And that's no different than the people, selling opioids and opiums to people, and they're ruining millions of lives, and then they're driving around in Bentleys.
50, 60 years
Well,
of doing
it's the
this.
petrochemical industry. That's where all our medicines come from.
All right, chat. It's the petromedical industry. Now we know. Petromedical. Let's go after them.